Are you looking for a community with modern homes, a fantastic price point, amazing amenities, and top-rated schools? Well, in today's video, we're gonna be breaking down one of these hidden gem neighborhoods that no one talks about. Let's get right into it.
Welcome to Caruth Lake Estates. This neighborhood is very vibrant with a lot of families and a lot of doggies running around here. And it is one of our clients' favorite places to relocate to. We've actually done a couple just this last year in this particular neighborhood. And the reason why is the types of homes that you get here. Robert mentioned that they're modern. They were built from 2016 to 2022. So they're not brand new, but also not super old. So you still get open floor plans with large kitchens and spacious primary bedrooms, which we know are some important things that most of our clients are looking for here.
Yeah, they're really designed for that family living lifestyle. It's really centric for the family. The backyards have good space, and a lot of the streets here are kind of small, tight-knit streets. And what I mean by that is there's a main entrance in and out, but a lot of these streets throughout the neighborhood are very small. So you're gonna know your neighbors very well, a lot of cul-de-sacs. So we like that because the families are really connected here. We know that when clients are thinking about relocating to North Atlanta, Georgia, or relocating in general, finding families to connect to is one of the most important things so that you can find friends, and also for your kids to be able to find their friends as well.
Yeah, so people love this floor plan. It's not too big. We're about 2,400 to 3,500 square feet. So enough for a family, but not overwhelming for you to clean and try to keep up with. And they love where it's located. There's rolling hills all around here. Like Robert said, the streets are small and there's a ton of cul-de-sacs, and that makes you feel really safe when you are out walking your dog or going on bike rides with your kids. Not to mention, most of it is pretty flat here, which we know is something our kids always ask for is, do we have to drive up that big hill on our bikes, or can it just be a flat street? So this is a very walkable neighborhood, and it has walking trails within here too.
Yeah, the sidewalks are nice. Not a lot of neighborhoods do have sidewalks. Sometimes we'll be walking in a neighborhood dodging kids on bikes, dodging cars, but it's nice to have sidewalks because where we came from, the West Coast, seems like all the homes and all the neighborhoods had sidewalks. So maybe we took it for granted, but when we moved to the South, here in Georgia, we found that a lot of neighborhoods don't have that, and it's super important. And speaking of that, not all neighborhoods, even though they're in big subdivisions, have streetlights either. So we always grew up, we always grow up when the streetlights come on is the time to go home. Well, when there's no streetlights, how do you tell your kids when to come home? So that was always just something funny when we moved here. But yeah, a lot of these homes, as Amber mentioned, good size, 3 to 5 bedrooms, 3 to 4 baths. So just very ideal for family style living, 2-story and ranch style homes, like I said, with big yards.
Now let's talk about the amenities, because we know this is something that people really want to know is, what do I get in my neighborhood?
Yeah, so in this community in Caruth Lake Estates, obviously there is a lake here. Not sure if you can fish in it. We hear that you can. We also hear that you can, so that's on your own. But they do have multiple pools, multiple tennis courts. In fact, our kids, as we do this video, are playing tennis, so some of the kids over there. And then just a lot of walking trails, which makes it really nice for families. I know that we always like to go on walks after dinner, and I can just see that being a big thing here in this community as well.
This is an HOA community, so if you are not looking for an HOA community, scroll to one of our other videos, because this does have an HOA, which we know can be important or something that you don't like. What is great about this one is that they provide, like Robert said, the tennis courts, the pool, there's a splash pad. So if you've got younger children that you don't want maybe in the pool with the bigger crazy teenagers, you have that option. But they also put on a lot of fun events. We're in November right now, but they just had a Halloween decorating contest. We've got 2 friends that live in this neighborhood, and it's so fun. They all decorate their homes, and then they get to vote, and somebody is the winner for the year, and they get to hold that prize for the whole year until next year. And they put on a lot of pools and barbecue events, which if you love that HOA feel, this is great because everything's gonna be maintained in here, and they are gonna provide events for you. And we actually had one of our clients that just moved here last year. They only have 1 kid, and they were worried about her making friends before the start of the school year. And they were so excited to learn that the HOA was gonna be putting things on so they could go out and meet families, and their daughter could make a friend before starting high school in August.
Yeah, and this community is pretty big. So the good thing about that is it keeps the HOA monthly cost down for each owner in here. So instead of having higher HOAs of $100 or $200, this HOA is about $50 a month, give or take. So it makes it nice because you get multiple pools. Maybe you go to the kids pool and you're more of that adult scene and you want to go somewhere else. Well, there's multiple pools to do it and a lot of walking trails in the lake. It's just a really pretty community in general. Now let's talk about the price points, because that is always something that is on our clients' mind, of course, right? How much are the homes in these amazing communities that you guys are showing? Well, the average price point in Cumming, Georgia is just north of $650,000. It's about $675,000 at the end of 2025 going into 2026. Here in Caruth Lake Estates, the average price point's a little bit lower than that, which makes it really nice because people are looking for that affordable southern living lifestyle without having, super old homes. Here you have newer homes built in 2016 all the way to 2022, and you're gonna find homes pretty much between that 500 and 600, maybe up to 700. I know the home that we sold back in June to one of our clients who relocated from Connecticut. What's up if you're paying attention? That price point was about $650,000, but he got a massive home. He got everything he wanted. They wanted downstairs bedroom and bath, they got that. They wanted a big backyard, they got that. They wanted multiple bedrooms upstairs, they got that. And the most important thing is the school that they were zoned for, which they were really happy about that. We're gonna touch base on that in just a little bit. But yeah, these price points you really can't beat, because sometimes these new construction homes that we are showing are north of $1 million, especially here in the South. You just wouldn't think they're that much money, but there is a big demand for homes here in Cumming, Georgia. We are very close to Dawsonville, which is the next city north of us. And that area is the fastest growing county in the entire United States. So there is definitely a big demand when it comes to people relocating to North Atlanta, Georgia.
Since you just mentioned schools, I do want to touch on those really quickly, because Forsyth County is number 3 in the state of Georgia for schools. And this particular neighborhood is zoned for North High School in this county, and they have some great career pathways. Actually, our client that moved here, his daughter's really interested in computer sciences and software development.
There's probably a computer science, I'm sure.
And they have a phenomenal career pathway for that. So they were particularly looking for neighborhoods that would feed into that North High School district. And this is one of those neighborhoods. And we can't say anything bad about any of the schools in the district, because they're all phenomenal. They're wonderful, and you just really need to know, if you're a high school kiddo, which pathway you're interested in, and that might just take you to different neighborhoods. So this particular neighborhood really hit all the boxes for that client, including being so close and being able to go to North High School.
Now, the number one question we get when we talk about fantastic schools is, well, Rob, Amber, what are the taxes? Because we know the taxes must be really high to have these amazing schools. And you would think that is true, because when we lived in Austin, Texas, those property taxes were over 3%, I believe. They were insane, great schools. But here in Forsyth County, especially here in Cumming, Georgia, your property tax is going to be south of 1%, meaning that if you bought a home that was about $600,000, your property tax is about $4,500 for the year. So in comparison to what you get, those property taxes are phenomenal. Now, if you're a little bit older in age, I believe it's 62, maybe 65, you also get an exemption on those taxes, because a lot of those taxes are for the school bond. So if you don't have a child in school and you meet that age requirement, your taxes are going to be even less than that, probably closer to 0.5%. So that is one of the main benefits that we tell people, is the secondary costs. Yes, you get great schools and you think the trade-off would be high cost of living. It's really not. Now, Forsyth County is one of the most wealthiest counties in all of Georgia. So there is definitely a comparison to the rest of Georgia, but it kind of goes with the schools. You get fantastic schools, a great lifestyle, and a very good cost of living.
Let's talk about the fun stuff that you can spend your money on around here. You may think that this neighborhood is out far in the boonies because the price point is more reasonable, and we are north of downtown city center, but guess what? You're not in the boonies. You are still close to everything, and you can still take your money and go spend it at the stores. We are actually just about 10 minutes from the outlets up Georgia 400, and that is somewhere where you can find anything and everything that you need. Our client actually said he might be losing money in this neighborhood because his daughter every weekend is like, hey dad, let's go shopping. And he's like, I might be spending all that extra money I saved on this home to buy her a new wardrobe and new makeup all the time. But it is great, because you would think that you would be so far and there would be no entertainment, but you are actually in a very quiet neighborhood, but you're no more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes to the next biggest event that is going on. You've got the city center that's about 15 minutes away, live music, there's always events happening there. Like I said, the outlets up the street, and Lake Lanier is about 10 minutes in the other direction. So many people think that there's just nothing around here because you're in the north part of Cumming, but that's wrong. And there's been so much development going on here that there's actually new shopping centers that just got built in the last couple of years. So you're also just a short drive away to go to that grocery store, get a haircut, or do anything else, grab food from the restaurant if you don't feel like cooking tonight.
Now, if you're someone that needs to work in Atlanta and got to drive down to Atlanta 5 days a week, this may not be the best neighborhood because of the commute time. We are in North Cumming, so you're adding. There you are. I was wondering what happened to you.
Sorry, I needed a ponytail. It got really windy here.
So if you're driving into Atlanta, this is one of those further north communities. So you are adding on 15 to 20 minutes in the morning and in the evening. If you do work in Atlanta, reach out to us because we can show you communities where it's not going to break the bank. It's still going to give you some great amenities and it's still going to give you a price point, but you're not going to be sitting in more traffic than needed. However, a lot of people that live in this community because of the size of the homes, they actually work remote. So this works really well for anyone who's hybrid or works remote or working here in Cumming, Georgia, or even Alpharetta. We always talk about this as well. Alpharetta is a tech hub of over 500 tech companies. So that might fit your profile of kind of job that you're needing to do. So if you are thinking about moving to North Atlanta, Georgia, whether it's next week or in 12 months, reach out to our team. We would absolutely love a chance to be able to help you out, be our clients, and really show you what it's like living in North Atlanta, Georgia. We relocated ourselves. We understand the pain points that can happen when moving. So if you are thinking about moving, give us a call. Phone number is on the screen below. And one last thing, make sure you turn on the notifications, hit that subscribe button. We are releasing new videos every single week. Until the next video, you guys take care.